Contact Part 2. Samanta Panchaka is Kurukshetra itself, where the great battle was conducted. This is a holy place and it was Sri Parasurama who constructed it. He stored the blood of the Kshatriyas he killed in the 21 rounds of killing in 5 lakes in Samanta Panchaka. He offered blood to the Manis, Pitras, in those lakes. The Manis, Pitras, led by Sri Arsika, appeared before him and asked him to name any boon he wanted. Then, Sri Parasurama said, "Revered Manis, if you are pleased with me, you must absolve me from the sin of this mass massacre of the Kshatriyas and declare the 5 lakes where I have stored their blood as holy." The Manis, Pitras, declared, "Let it be so." From then onwards the place became holy under the name Samanta Panchaka. At the end of the Dwapara Yuga, and the beginning of Kali Yuga, a great battle lasting for 18 days took place at this holy place between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Chapter 2, Adi Power. To atone for the sin of slaughtering even innocent Kshatriyas, Sri Parasurama gave away all his riches as gifts to Brahmins. He invited all the Brahmins to Samanta Panchaka and conducted a great ging there. The chief Artivik, officiating priest, of the ging was the sage Sri Kashyapa, and Sri Parasurama gave all the lands he conquered till that time to Sri Kashyapa. Then, a platform of gold 10 yards long and 9 yards wide was made and Sri Kashyapa was installed there and worshipped. After the worship was over, according to the instructions from Sri Kashyapa, the gold platform was cut into pieces and the gold pieces were offered to Brahmins. When Sri Kashyapa got all the lands from Sri Parasurama, he said thus, "O Sri Rama, you have given me all your land and it is not now proper for you to live on my land. You can go to the south and live, somewhere, on the shores of the ocean there." Sri Parasurama walked south and requested the ocean to give him some land to live. Sri Varuna then asked him to throw a winnow into the ocean. There is a legend saying that it was a parashu, axe, that Sri Parasurama threw. Sri Parasurama threw the sieve, Surpa, and the ocean gave way to land for a distance where the winnow fell from where he stood. This is the place Surparaka, now known as Kerala. Surpa equals winnowing basket. After giving this land also to the Brahmins, Sri Parasurama went and started doing penance at Mahendragiri. Chapter 130, Adi Parv, Chapter 117. Vana Power, and Chapter 49, Santi Power. When Sri Rama and Sri Lakshmana were returning to Ayodhya from Mithilapuri after the marriage along with the sage Sri Vashishtha through a deep forest, when Sri Parasurama blocked their way and addressing Sri Rama said thus, "O Sri Rama, son of Sri Dasharatha, I heard that you broke during the marriage of Sri Sita Devi, the great Shiva bow of the palace of Sri Janaka. It was a Shiva bow and I have now come here to test your prowess. I am giving you a Vavishnava bow now. Can you string this bow?" Sage Sri Vashishtha tried his best to pacify Sri Parasurama. But Sri Parasurama, without heeding it, started describing the story and greatness of the Shiva bow and the Venava bow. Then, Sri Rama took the bow from Sri Parasurama and started to string it. The brilliance of Sri Rama dazzled him and he stood dumbfounded at his skill. Sri Parasurama was immensely pleased and he blessed Sri Rama. After that he went again to Mahendragiri to perform penance. This same story is told in Kamba Ramayana with some slight changes due to Kalpbhed. Sri Parasurama did not like Sri Rama breaking the bow of his Guru Sri Shiva. So, an angered Sri Parasurama blocked the way of Sri Rama and challenged him to string and take aim with the mighty Vavishnava bow he, Sri Parasurama, was carrying with him. Then Sri Rama with perfect ease took the bow, strung it, and taking the arrow asked Sri Parasurama to show the target. Sri Parasurama was astonished and was in a fix. The arrow could destroy even the entire universe. So, Sri Parasurama asked Sri Rama to aim at the accumulated tapobala, power accrued by penance, of his self, and Sri Rama did so. Then, Sri Parasurama surrendered to Sri Rama the Vavishnava bow and arrow and the Vavishnava tejas, divine brilliance, in him. Shri Parasurama, after having carried out the purpose of his incarnation, gave instructions to Shri Rama to continue the purpose of his incarnation, and then after blessing Shri Rama went again to do penance at his holy ashrama. This same story is told by the sage Shri Lamasa to the Pandavas during their exile in the forests. Kalpged. This story is much different from the previous ones. When the fame that Shri Rama was the best of kings spread far and wide, Shri Parasurama once went to see Shri Rama. Giving him the bow and arrow with which he had done the mass massacre of the Kshatriyas, he challenged him to string it and take aim. With a smile Shri Rama did so, and then Shri Parasurama said Shri Rama should draw the string up to his ears. Shri Rama got angry, and then on the face, which became fierce by his anger, Shri Parasurama saw besides himself Aditya Vasurudras, Sadhyas, Balakilyas, Devarishis, oceans, mountains, the Vedas and all such things of this universe. Shri Rama sent out his arrow from the bow. The whole universe was thrown into chaos. Thunder and lightning rocked the world. Heavy rains flooded the whole land space. Burning stars and meteors fell to the ground. Shri Parasurama then knew that Shri Rama was the incarnation of Shri Mahavishnu, and he stood bowing before him. Accepting his defeat, he took leave of Shri Rama and went to Mahendragiri. When he reached there, he found he had lost all his brilliance. Then the Manis, Pitras, appeared and advised him to go and bathe in the river Vadhusara. Accordingly, Shri Parasurama went and bathed in the river and regained his lost brilliance. Chapter 99, Vana Power. The Puranas describe two important occasions when Shri Parasurama met Shri Krishna. The first meeting was at the mountain of Gomanta. Once, Shri Krishna and Shri Balarama, with a view to enjoying the abundance of nature, went to the beautiful mountain of Gomanta and ascended to its top. On their way, they met Shri Parasurama engaged in penance there. They exchanged greetings and talked to each other for some time. Then, Shri Parasurama requested Shri Krishna to kill Shrigala Vasudeva, king of Karavyara, on the base of that mountain. Shri Krishna promised to do so and left the place carrying with him the blessings of the sage. The second meeting was when Shri Krishna was going to the court of the Kauravas as a messenger of the Pandavas. On his way, Shri Krishna saw a company of sages coming in. Alighting from his chariot, Shri Krishna talked with them. Shri Parasurama, who was in that company, then embraced Shri Krishna and said that he should give a true picture of the situation to the Kauravas when he was conducting his mission. The sages blessed Shri Krishna and wished Shri Krishna all success in his mission. Chapter 83, Udyoga Power, 10th Skanda, Bhagavata. Shri Parasurama was present at the court of the Kauravas when Shri Krishna was speaking to Dhritarashtra on behalf of the Pandavas. When the Kauravas did not reply the questions put by Shri Krishna, Shri Parasurama rose up to tell a story to illustrate the evils resulting from the arrogance of man.